everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Guile Treatment. Today we have Chad Phillips, winner of the, what is it, Bay Area?
Mountain View or Bay Area?
Yeah, well, it was Mountain View, but then I think it moved, right? Or was that where it moved to?
Mountain View is where it ended up.
Okay,
cool.
PTC in California. I guess, Chad, you haven't been on before. If you want to tell us a bit about yourself and, UFS and where you're coming from, what you've done, what you haven't done. Yeah.
For sure. I've been playing UFS with my friends in SoCal for probably about 4 years now. We started playing back in 2015. They played more KOF and the Mega Man 10 kind of stuff. I came in with the first Darkstalkers set, the 10.
Okay.
Love. I think the first Worlds I went to was the last year that Gen Con was an event for UFS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think. I don't know if you guys are aware of who my team is, but we came in at second in Worlds last year in teams.
Okay.
Last year.
You guys were the SoCal. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Matt Vallejos was on your team too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know who you guys were. I'm sorry, I just blanked. But yeah.
No, for sure. No one's ever seen SoCal do anything before, so it was the first time we ever really made an impact on anything.
Okay.
And, but I've played in 3 or 4 Worlds now. I did the one Nats that was out here in Vegas before they switched Worlds and Nats. I've done a bunch of PTCs. I have been friends with Iari since before he went on hiatus to get married and, be a musical genius.
Life.
How dare he? How dare he?
I think the first time I ever actually got to play him in a tournament was with that Turboman deck, not the Void one that he went to Worlds with, but the
the life build.
Yeah, where it was where it was a little bit more risky with the turbocharges and stuff.
Sure.
And he tried staging area on the first turn.
Mm-hmm.
I actually played him in that PTC and he just destroyed me utterly. But I've been friends with ER for a long time.
Well, because you guys California really didn't have any PTCs at all last year, right?
No, there were none.
Yeah, I know that was one of the nice things about this season is the fact there's 3 in California, and I think Arizona, and then I guess Vegas and Reno, or Vegas doesn't have one this year. But
Reno did. Yeah.
So definitely an opportunity for some of the West Coast guys to play some more.
Yep.
For sure. Unfortunately, it is a 7-8 hour drive up to there, so it's a little long. I actually drove up 8 hours. We got in 11 o'clock, I think, the night before.
Okay. So what is it? It's LA to San Francisco?
No. We're in the eastern portion of SoCal, so we're over near.
Okay.
Okay.
It's extra 2.5 hours to get to LA. Then you can.
I got you.
Oh, so you're you're closer to almost Arizona and all that. You're closer to that side than the actual ocean. Okay, cool. Okay.
It's a 3-4 hour drive to Vegas, which is actually very nice to go to Worlds.
Oh, sure. I'm originally from Anaheim, California, so I know a little bit of Southern California a bit. So, yeah.
We actually recently hooked up with the San Diego guys.
Okay.
They had a big group down there, but they got 3 or 4 people, and it's kind of nice to actually have new people to play with.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
But we got in at 11 o'clock. It was raining, and it was cold as shit.
I part of me wants to know, what is cold for California?
It was, maybe not snowing for you guys, but it was it was 40, 30 degrees outside.
Oh man, I would love to have 43-degree weather right about now. It was 50 today, but I would love to have 43-degree weather.
Sure, the trade-off is we get 120-degree weather in the summer, so
Yeah, but we have 90-degree weather with 120 humidity, where your boxers stick to the inside of your leg, and it doesn't feel really good. So yeah.
No, I've been back to India a couple times. It gets pretty heinous back there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got in. We Airbnb'd it up, so
cool.
A nice little apartment kind of thing to crash out in. It was very nice. I'm thinking about doing that for Vegas just because it was much more relaxing than a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's honestly a lot of times it's cheaper too. As long as you can find a decent place. But yeah.
It's like half the price.
Yeah.
But we got in at like 11. Me and my two teammates that went to Worlds top 2, and my other buddy Helio. He actually went with Garrett and Nick that year that Rochester won the cardboard with their team.
Okay.
He was the Hoytsel player. I don't know if you guys remember like Moon Catapult Hoytsel. I think it was, but
like was it Lunar Catapult? I think that was the card. Yeah.
Oh, the Gabrick.
The Gabrick one that I think that.
Diff,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Hoytsel just abused the shit out of that.
Oh yeah.
But he rolled up there with us. Ironically, all 3 of my friends that were on teams with me, we all made top 8.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty nice, like, for us having not done anything all year, and like the last time we went to was Worlds last year, for us to make top 8. Even up there, it's still like very nice. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like what Iari took like a long break and then won his first PTC back technically, and it's just like come on, man, not all of us can live the dream like you can. Okay, it's just like but
no, but I've always known Iari is a phenomenal player. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
But we crashed out. We got unfortunately the tournament didn't start until noon, so we didn't even have to be there until like 11:30 for like deck registration and stuff.
Okay.
It was a really nice store. It's like 5 times the size of the stores I normally play in.
Okay.
Like, it's just massive.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of other events going on. And I had a section set aside for UFS, and the staff was real nice and accommodating. The guy that was like the scout for that store, I guess, he like pulled some strings and got the PTC relocated there, like with that short little notice that they had from the other store where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we like sat down. I actually ended up getting a bye the first round.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't really like starting a tournament with a bye, because then you have to go into the second round and everyone's kind of warmed up. And it's just a little bit like a freight train.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up playing against Preston. He was playing the Elena deck. He made it to top 8 too.
Mm-hmm.
He was my first match when I started playing that day, and it was just like, okay.
Yeah, because he got second, right, in the other California PTC, I believe.
I don't know.
I think so. I think he did. Yeah, and that's why Rob picked Elena, because he thought that Preston would just continue the success, which he did. He topped, but he thought he would actually make that next step and actually win the PTC. But sorry to cut you off.
He lost to him in top 4. So.
Yes, he did. Yes. Yeah.
No, we
to get ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
I played 2 people 2 times that day.
Okay.
One was him, one was my other teammate.
Oh wow. Okay.
So like he beat me 2-0, like it was not even close. Like I'm like, all right, great way to start off. Like no, a bye and a loss.
A loss, yeah.
So I go into my third game and it's against a Ken player, and I'm like, crap. Because of the things that can pop off harder than Akuma is Ken.
Mm-hmm.
He was a NorCal player, I believe.
He did not.
William Bauer, I think.
Oh, William. Oh, yeah. I think he's fine. I think he's just coming back to the game too. I think he already said that he moved away from the area and then he moved back, I guess, and he's just they're getting back into the game. A couple of those guys, like Will Bauer's guys in his play group, I think.
He was doing like a Soyu Replican.
Oh, okay.
It is a little bit different than most Ken decks I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty close matches. I think we went 3 games. I don't remember exactly. Like my brain was a little fried at that point.
I never remember specifics of games either. I'm the worst. Like Rob's tournament reports, fantastic. Mine are like win, loss, loss, win, 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 loss, draw, stuff like that. That's all I remember is the result.
I mean, what I'll let you know a little secret. Just tell them how you remember the game going, and whether or not it's true, it doesn't matter as long as it sounds fun.
That's
you know,
true.
like you just get like the broad strokes, and then just fill it in however, and like, just make it entertaining.
No, like for sure, all of my games were definitely entertaining.
Cool.
Like, I had a blast playing all those people. There was no games that I walked away salty or like angry, and everyone seemed to have a good time in general.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ken deck was really close. But I ended up playing another Ken deck immediately after.
Oh wow! There was diversity for Ken. Oh nuts! Wow.
It was a back-to-back Ken deck, and the other guy rolled out from Vegas actually. 4 from Vegas, 4 from SoCal. It would have been like an 11-person tournament if the 8 of us hadn't shown up, I guess.
Sure.
But Mario Cervantes, I think was his name. He was doing like a more traditional Ken deck.
Okay.
And by that I mean like Ken 2 dot kind of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure we went 2 or 3 games too. I beat them both. He actually managed to mill himself out the first game.
Nice.
Sounds like a Ken deck. Yep.
No, he was going so hard that he hit that last 11 cards, and he's like, "Man, I can't push any damage or speed." And I'm like, "It is what it is." Like like I'm gonna control hack you with Kuma. Like not enough. And then round 5, because there were only 5 rounds, and I'm like, "Wow, I drove 8 hours to play like 4 rounds of UFS." My teammate that I went to Worlds with, he was playing his Guile deck. And of the things that can survive, Guile has an awful lot of life and an awful lot of card draw.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, like in our testing, like he was the toughest match that I had to fight. We played 2 games and we drew on the 3rd in the 5th round. He won the first one, won the die roll, I think. I won the second one. Or maybe he won the die roll, I won the first one on the defense, and then he won the second one. And I was going first on the 3rd game, which is always a rough position for someone to be against Takuma in.
Yeah.
But we ended up drawing. They did top cuts, and me and him were both 4-1-1.
Okay.
Because I had the bye and he had the win. So he ended up seated higher than I did.
Right. Yeah. Having the bye really like hurts your strength of schedule, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thought maybe like they forgot to register me or something when I got the bye. Ryan's like, "Oh no, you have the bye," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
It's like, thanks, fam. Thanks.
No, Ryan was really cool too. Like, I have not met him or talked to him since he took over.
Okay. Yeah. Fam's good people. He's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And he did a pretty good job in the tournament. Like, I had no complaints. It was all very smooth, and there were no repairings or anything. Fantastic.
That's always good. No repairs. Very good. Very good.
But we went into the top 8. My buddy made it because we both drew. His name is Dave Gosney.
Yep.
Other buddy, Matt Vallejos, he was playing his jet deck.
Yep.
He ended up fighting the reptile meme.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the no force ball reptile. Yeah.
I
was it Sam Tate?
Yeah, Sam Tate. Yeah.
I think that was his top 8 match, although I'm not really sure on his record because we didn't go over it in depth. We kind of drove straight back.
Sure.
But he made it in the top 8, and he fought whatever he fought with his first match. I fought my buddy Dave again, so 5 immediately followed by top 8 with him again. It went very similar. I won the first one, he won the second one, went into the 3rd game. He swung pretty hard on me on the 3rd game, but I went first, and I had better build, and I had admission fees on deck, and there's not a lot you can do when you're pushing that much speed and that much control hack with Akuma. One point in our game sets, I double faded him on 1 turn, and it was bad. He ended up running out of cards, which is apparently a first for him and Guile, because Guile draws in the cards, and he's like, "I don't have anything left to block with." I'm like, "Cool, here's a Kohangu," and he's like, "I revoke your Kohangu's name." So I'm like, "Cool, here's another Kohangu."
Oh wow. Oh, that's the dream. That's the dream. Get the first Kongu revoked, and then it's like, "Here, I'll kill you with this one."
Should have just revoked the powerful though.
Yeah.
Let you at least like clear the damage.
Yeah.
But
I think he was a little bit fried at that point. Like, fighting 6 points of Akuma is a little rough.
Yeah.
Because he had everything he did. He's like, "All right, I played this attack," and then he's trying to play like Soul Devourer on a 7, and I'm like, "Let's make that." I'm on like a 1 check, and he's like, because he checked all of his attacks on all of his Soul Devours.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
But me and him have been playing UFS together since I started, and we were really good friends, and I was real happy that it was him that I went into top 8 with. But one of us had to lose.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Top 4, I ended up playing against Preston again. His Elena deck. I'm like, well, this is fantastic. I'm like, I walked to this guy 2-0, and like the Swiss, like he's gonna destroy me going into the top 8 or top 4. And I'm like, all right, well, I have the first because I was seated higher than him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, there's a good chance I can get the Akuma going and at least win the first game, and maybe I can win back on the third game.
Right.
Yeah, he actually had a pretty bad time drawing attacks, which is understandable with Elena. Like, you don't have a 5-hander if you're dropping 2 foundations a turn, even with Chun-Li's you are
one.
rare. Gives you an extra face down. It's still I faded him at some point too, but I ended up 2-0ing him. He got like a Nutcracker, like a Woodman's Leaf Shield, and I think the Hammerhead Assault. And that was like all the attacks he saw the second game.
Oh, wow. That's rough. Now that's rough. Yeah.
And I'm like, here's a hand of attacks. And he's like, okay. No.
Just put it away.
But I beat him 2-0, and then my buddy Matt won his top 8 game, and then he had to fight Yari in top 4. Mm-hmm. He was playing Jet, and he was doing like the Punching Judy, like missile launcher, Texture Jet.
Mm-hmm.
And their game went pretty long. I don't know how it ended, like closeness wise, but it was both 1-1 before they went to the final game. So regardless, it was a good match, I think.
Yeah, I think it sounded like the first game went really fast, and then the second game, like, Jet took, and then the third game, it kind of, like, took a bit longer, based on just the reporting that we were sort of getting on the Discord, so.
And then I went to talk to Yari, and I've played that man so many times. One Worlds, he was on a team with AJ and Miles.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And my buddy Dave and I were with a random, and we're like, this isn't going to happen. And my buddy Dave was running the Shengu dive deck.
Oh, yeah.
And I was running Gemini Man or something. I ended up beating AJ, and Yari's like fighting the random guy who's playing like Crash Man, I think.
Okay.
And Dave is like sitting there, and Miles drops the Alice action, the one that says you can't play any more attacks this turn unless you pay 4 life or something.
Oh,
like that.
you talking about the attack? I can't remember. I can't remember what the name is. I don't know. I'm really bad at this right now.
I like didn't play that much with the Tide stuff, so I'm not going to be any help either.
Yeah.
But Dave ended up dropping like 3 or 4 Tengu dives on that turn, and like he's like, I have a revoke for that. He's like, no, and I'm like, alrighty then. So we ended up beating Yari's team. So I've always enjoyed like playing Yari. Like, it's a blast.
Yeah, I've played him just in fun games, and it's a really good time. I like playing him. He's a very interactive. He's not very quiet. He likes to talk while he plays, and I like that.
Absolutely. And like I knew going into that top 2, like he was going to be a tough opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And I had heard he was playing Raptor that day, and I'm like, oh boy, Raptor! Like the only thing Akuma can't interact with aside from like his reaction.
Mm-hmm.
He was going first because he was Swiss champ and pretty much undefeated as far as I know. He got that first turn. He went in, and I'm like, all right, there is no chance I'm going to out-blitz Raptor. So I built, and I control hacked him until he couldn't beat me. The first game, I double faded him again.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in whole hog on the kill turn. Like, he was like 11 foundations deep or 12 foundations deep or something, and he was still dropping attacks. But he couldn't get me down past 6 or 9 or something like that. And swung back. I like showed him like a handful of attacks, and like one of them was Kohango, and he's like, game 2.
You kind of love that, right? When you're like, well, I got like these attacks, and then I got like Kongu, and then I guess you scoop, Yeah, that's what happens here locally. Like Trent will usually go, "Do you have the Kongo?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, next game." So I'm like, "Whatever."
I like making people pass stuff.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I'm like, it was played out, man, because you could check bad. You haven't checked that 1 or 2 yet, so But yeah.
For sure, but even then, like I had like 8 or 9 foundations on the board at that point. Just playing against him, and I'm like, like there's a possibility, but you are fully committed. So
yeah, he knew he was dead.
And the second game, he went first again, and I'm like, well, at least I have 1 game up.
Yeah.
That's really all you have to do is you just have to get 1 going second, and like you're pretty set.
Yeah.
he built like that Showtime and that healed by a shaman. I'm like, fantastic. I think the first game he actually High Seas adventured one of my attacks, and I'm like, well, there goes that. But like he really didn't have enough attacks, I feel like, in the second game to finish me.
Mhm.
He didn't commit as hard in the second game, like foundation wise, but he had more aggression. But it was still like my general strategy was like, all right, I know Raptor's going to blow up whatever I have face down or committed. So I'm like, I'll just rebuild that. Don't commit the admission fees. Don't commit the Akuma that's the +1/+1 when you commit a fraud.
Yeah, enlightened by defeat. Yeah.
So the best he could do was like destroy random things that were kind of useful, but then mostly ended up being like face downs or like things that I could play if I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
We got to my kill turn in the second game, and I had like a gyro attack and 2 gyro blades.
Okay.
And he had taken a gyro attack to the face earlier, so he was down to like 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really rough place to be when you're facing Akuma as a 7-hander. Like, I think he had 5 or 6 foundations uncommitted, but even then, like, that's one attack maybe.
Yeah.
And I dropped the gyro attack first. It's like 7 damage. The multiple is going to be like 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. Like, how much can you take before you die?
Mm-hmm.
And he checked, and he basically could commit out to pass it. But then I'm like, well, I got 2 more gyro blades. Like, you're going to take enough damage to kill you, regardless of how I get there. So it was good games. I thoroughly enjoyed playing against ERA. Like, he is one of the best players that I consistently get to play against out here because there are like 3 like West Coast players that, like, you know. But yeah, like me and my team and ERA, like Nick, I guess, too, and Preston, but like we don't have like a huge swath of people like you guys do back there where we get to, like, you know, kind of rotate and play them.
Yeah, he means more my group than you, Rob.
I got you.
You know, he means us, but you know.
Sure, the Midwest in general, like you guys tend to be a lot closer together.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, like I have Chicago like 45 minutes away, so if I wanted to play against those guys, I can go there pretty much anytime I want to. So.
Hey, we are like 8 hours away. It's totally an easy trip.
It's a day trip, man. It's a day trip.
I mean, you could get to like Omaha in 8 hours, right?
I can get there in 6. 5.5. Okay. I'm pushing it. I can do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
But like I won. It was a very surreal experience. I'm like, I beat Iari. I did not expect to beat Iari at all.
Yeah.
I expected things to be like, oh, here's Raptor, run over my face, and thanks for the games, Iari.
Is this the? I think you're the second win that the lower seed has. Like, Jeremy was 8th seed, and he won Chicago. And then Chad won this one and the lower half of the bracket, right? Yeah, he was 5th, so he was in the lower half of the bracket. So I guess that going first thing doesn't matter.
But he already did break the Swiss champ thing because he didn't lose till the end.
So yeah, there you go. But he still didn't win though, so that's the thing. He needs to be able to win to break the total curse. You know.
To be fair though, he told me he like went 3-2 at like Cameron Park, and he still won the PTC.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it just goes to show you that you can go in at anywhere, and I don't know, like your seeding does not guarantee where you're gonna place. I guess in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but like, I don't think there's anything like terribly wrong with like putting, you know, somebody like just determining the die roll, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was sort of surprised in this case. I think there were some people that did draw and that would have gotten in either way, and like, you know, they could have gotten like better seeding by playing it out.
Sure.
Although I don't know if I mean, it sounds like you guys just went to time in round 3 or in round 5. So I don't know with the other one with Brandon and whoever the other reptile was that wasn't Tate. Because that's the thing, I figured that they might play out. Because I know Iari played against, because Iari could ID and still have gotten Swiss champ.
Oh yeah, he wanted to play it. He played because he wanted the other guy to have a chance to get in.
Because he had another, like the other reptile was like somebody he knew. So if Tate lost and the other guy won, depending on how the strength of schedule broke down, the other guy could have gotten in.
Yep.
But yeah, so right, I don't know if everyone went to time or if they ended up drawing or what. So I mean, I can't imagine it was an intentional draw because that guy definitely like wanted to win
Oh,
to
yeah,
have
for
a
sure.
shot at
Oh,
getting
yeah.
in. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So
No, and I've been playing UFS basically the whole time when you do that kind of stuff. It's rolling dice. It's a recent change, I guess, and I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like, it's still, there's a random element to UFS. Like, you may go first all the time. You can still lose, like, especially against Team.
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot, and I think maybe more in I don't know, but it seems like going first gives you a decided advantage unless you like don't draw attacks. I guess I think that's the worst thing that can happen going first is when you have a nice build and then you just draw more gray, which has happened to me plenty of times because you never play attacks. So, but now that now I notice that more often now. Like usually, if you draw the attacks, it's all about whoever draws the attacks first. I think nowadays more than I'm going first, you're going second. But I guess I don't know. It's just kind of a trade-off, I guess, or maybe I'm just rambling and talking in circles, and I'm just crazy.
Like I drew 5 attacks in my opening hand one game with Akuma, and I'm like, well, RFG, and then I'm like, oh, here's 4 more attacks, and I'm like, well, I can't pitch this hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is the advantage of going first in game 1 is that you can win a set and you don't have to win going second. Like that's the thing is if you 2-0 somebody, like you want at least one game going second, and possibly 2. So I think that's all it is like, if you're winning from like the lower seeds, it just means that your deck can win going second, which it should be able to anyway. Yeah. But yeah.
Yep. Now, Chad, your Akuma deck, any personal spin on it, or is it the tried true evil build with like the Gyro Man stuff? Did you add any spiciness to it, to your personal flavor?
Not really. I changed a little bit. I put the Beauty Can Overcome in the main board because I thought that was pretty instrumental. I used it more than once to pick up a handful of attacks.
Okay.
It cost a momentum, but really poking with an Akuma is still.
Well, that's like the last opportunity to use it, right? After Soul Calibur comes out, that's gone.
Yeah. Yep.
I constantly sideboarded into Harrison's Lucky Day. I found the protection for that, especially against Guile, was pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's for the most part it. I did a full suite of Revoke and Fade because I thought that they were necessary. Mm-hmm. I wanted to run more gyro attacks, but I actually ended up we cracked our packs after we got done, and ER needed a Dark Kirito, so I traded 2 of his gyro attacks away from him because I didn't have 4. I only had 3.
Okay. Sure.
One for Eddie.
I guess that would be my question because they haven't had lists up yet. Were you running like all 3 checks? Were you running any sort of sadistic ways or coffee samba or just 3s or what?
I was all safe checks with 3s. I had built a vicious deck prior with like coffee samba and sadistic ways and cathedral standoff. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, if I'm gonna play Akuma, like he does not really need the extra risk to his deck. Like he pretty much delivers just fine. Mm-hmm. Honestly, attacking with him is the easiest part. Defending with him is the hardest part because you have to know when to use their checks against them because they will love to bait out your use of his, like, cage fighters. Fade.
Mm-hmm. Now you're going to World. I think you said you're going to Worlds. Are you now? You don't have to tell us, but are you sticking with Akuma, or are you going to change it up when Soul Calibur comes out?
No, I'll definitely be building Soul Calibur decks. Like, even just Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers, I built well over a dozen decks.
Okay.
And like thing and
cool.
Steam thing. And like Keefe came out with his deck that week before, and I built it just to see what it did. And I'm like, that is an intense deck. I'm not taking that with me. But like, Soul Calibur, I imagine most of my team probably at least experimenting with Soul Calibur.
Sure.
I don't know how successful it will be because their release schedule is garbage. And 3 weeks before a major event like that is better than not, but it is rough, especially because they're not a premier store. So we get this thing a week after everyone else, pretty much.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, are there any Soul Calibur characters you're looking forward to playing with? While we, since I think we're pretty much done talking about the PTC. Unless there's any shout outs or
I will definitely give a shout out to my buddies Matt and Dave going top 8 with me.
Sure.
Keeping the SoCal dream alive.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like Soul Calibur wise, I think Taki looks really interesting. I played Spike 2 in that same PTC where Tam and Sunmin fought each other with the
Spike
same
ones.
deck.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the Vegas one.
Yeah.
And Tam ended up getting cut from the.
You got diversified. Not losing a game, and he still got diversified. Yeah. Which is insane.
The 601s.
The 601 dream crushed. Yeah.
But I like that Spike 2 mechanic, and she's not quite the same thing, but she's very Shin no Mai, and I found that very interesting. I thought that would have been an interesting thing with Spike 2, but it rotated right after it came out. So.
Oh yeah, no Mai, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that card. I miss it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But between United and Taki and her stuff, I think there's going to be an awful lot there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Maxi and his support seem pretty interesting too. I don't know if that actually goes in Maxi or if you put that over in Cassie, but we will definitely be building some proxy stuff and testing it.
Yeah. I have a proxy Taki deck that I'm trying to figure out how to kill people with. I have certain attacks like Fatal Violet and From Hell and Takedown. It's just the numbers I'm trying to get down. It's just like, do I want my? Because you stare down a From Hell and you may be taking 11 from it if you don't block it. But if you block it, I clear it and then I attack you again. Or do I follow up with another one? Or it's just. Yeah. She's a very interesting character. In my opinion, I think she's the best character in the set. But yeah, she's.
I think interesting.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. There's a lot of neat characters in it. I do want to say one thing back on the PTC though. I want to even though they're our sponsor, I want to give them a slot for no stream. I really think that we need Jasco. I'm telling you right now, you guys need to get a stream kit going. I run all Rockford streams with a phone and a stand.
Yeah.
It's not difficult and it's not hard, and you have a representative there and you can easily
here's the thing though is if Fam is there, he's there to be the judge.
Oh no, I know, but you can technically set it and forget it.
You don't want him to be necessarily responsible for running the stream when he already has other things.
That's also true. So. But then you could talk to the store, be like, hey, I just need a store representative to set this up, and all you do is just push a button, you just let it go, and you don't worry about stopping it in between rounds, or you stop it at lunch break, restart it when lunch break ends, and then you just let it go. It's not difficult,
Especially because they have multiple premier stores up there, so they have multiple scouts. You would think one of their scouts would be like, "Hey, yeah, sure, give me something," and I'll run for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was very accommodating and helpful. So I can't imagine he would have said no if Jessica had been like, "Hey, here's a camera."
Yeah, and most stores nowadays have Wi-Fi anyways, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
You just need a Wi-Fi. You just need a signal.
We had Wi-Fi in an abandoned mall.
Yeah, you had one where a bunch of zombies were at, Rob.
They set that up. They slung it through a phone, or they had a mobile hotspot to do that.
Yeah, for sure. But still, that's my only thing. That's my only slop from it. I just wish because we were able to watch it because we were all wanting to know what was happening because we want to know because we don't get to see the California players that often. So
Mm-hmm. Sure, especially even my friends that were still down here in SoCal, they're nobody ever makes tops like that. We want to see what's going on. I'm can't help you. There's no record of me beating Yari. It's just all magic and
Trust me, guys, it happened.
It happened. It happened. We know it happened. Yeah, it was kind of funny. It was after I got a hold of you the other day. Yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Iari messages me 20 minutes later. It's like, hey, I don't know if you. Got a hold of Chad yet, but if he can't make the show, I'll be on and talk about it. Sorry, Yari, only winners on this show. Which I have no idea why I'm on this show, because I haven't won shit. So I just here because I'm the host, So that's it.
Well, it's your show. There you go.
It's our show, Rob. Technically, it's our show. We share it. And then whenever Barrett gets back from being exiled for no internet. So yeah, poor Barrett. We miss you, buddy. We miss you. But yeah, so I guess we could move on. And I guess I want to talk about card of the week. Or Rob, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I think you need to.
Oh, yes.
Tally up those points.
I have to tally up the points. Everybody. Oh wow, that was weird. Everyone, this was the first time I did not score points. We double check this, make sure it's right. Yep. Yeah. First time. Third one in. Third one or fourth one in. Doesn't matter. So none of us got the attendance. We were all over. So
I told Barrett like picking 20 when like the bad move.
Yeah, should have went one. So winner was Akuma. Rob had Akuma. So Rob chose that correctly. And
Chad has Tim Keefe.
What? Yeah, technically, yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
What are you're not going to pick a
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then Barrett and Tim both got points for the diversity. And there was one diversity, which was Andrew Dang on Reptile. So you guys can thank Andrew for being diversified with Reptile. So you guys got a point. So current scores, as it's being tallied off to the right over here on the picture-in-picture, I have 5 points. Guests Rob and Barrett are still in a distant last place at 3 points apiece. So, and then when we have Rochester and we have Arkansas, I believe, then we have Worlds. And for Worlds, we're not going to do teams because that's going to be too complicated. But we're going to add in a fourth category for Worlds, as if I have a special surprise category for that. So
all right.
Maybe, and then since we'll have multiple guests on that show, maybe the guests can make up some ground on me. So we'll be fighting the long battle here, kids. So yeah, but yeah. So should we move into card of the week, I guess.
I mean, why don't we get our guests to make the guest picks for
yeah,
Rochester?
we could do that. Yeah, Rochester. Let me get some paper out. So Chad, what we do is, I don't know if you've seen any of the Guile treatment this year so far. We're doing picks on attendance, winners, and diversity battles. So remember, Soul Calibur is legal, so it's going to be kind of crazy. And then we'll get Barrett's picks via mail-in or something like, maybe he'll fax them to me or something. So let me figure this out real quick. Rob, talk about something while I'm doing this.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to start at the picks, he can remember them. So
yeah, I can do it.
I mean, I guess Rochester. It'll obviously be like the Rochester guys. I would presume Tim keeps coming in. I know we're planning to go up from Baltimore. There's a couple of Virginia guys that are going to make it as well. And then I would assume some of the Michigan guys will come over as well. So
I know like Phil and them I think aren't because it's Phil's birthday weekend. Maybe, and I think they're all just staying around town. Maybe I don't know for sure.
I heard Jeremy is probably going to be there.
Yeah, I heard Jeremy.
Maybe Jeremy. I'll just be like,
yeah, maybe. But
I don't do birthdays.
So I have the board set up. So Rochester PTC attendance, Chad. What's your number?
I gotta think at least 40.
Woo!
It's the first one with Soul Calibur legal. It's Rochester, like
it is Rochester's first PTC in 2 years, and they didn't have one last year, so it's been a couple years. So maybe we'll get some. Yeah.
Did they do the 2K last year?
That was the year before, I believe.
I think so.
I want to say that was the year before. I know Shane's going. I think Shane's going because that's his first legal one.
Well, I don't know if he's gotten in touch with Scott or not to get up there.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's the big question for me is how much traveling there's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, you still have sort of like the Rochester like holdovers. Like, I don't think they've really lost a lot of players.
They've actually gained a couple people.
Like, I don't know what's going on with like the other New York groups. Like, I'm not, I don't know how many people are still playing like Buffalo, Poughkeepsie, Amsterdam.
Well, they have enough in Buffalo to at least have a premier store, so they probably at least have 4 or 5, I'd say.
So, like, I'm thinking, see, I don't know. Like, getting to Rochester sucks. Like, having lived there, like, the airport, like, getting to and from is not great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, like, 25.
Okay.
Something else, too, is we got a little bit of a spoiler alert from FAM. This was the last PTC. They're going to be handing out Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers. So that first Rochester one after Soul Calibur comes out, they're going to be handing out Soul Calibur.
Oh,
so
cool.
I have to imagine people are going to be going there for the Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I don't think promos rotate that month, so they'll be off the Dodge onto whatever else is next.
Oh, yeah.
The Hyperbomb.
Hyperbomb, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I really wish Barrett was on the show so I can have him go, and then I can pick one. But I'm gonna be ever hopeful with this, and I'm gonna say 32. I'm going high on this one. I'm thinking 32. I'm going in between. I'm going right in between you guys. So I'm gonna go 32. And then we give Barrett the option to gain some points and pick the one like he should. So
he's gonna go like 26, and then we're gonna have 23 people.
Oh gosh, you know what? I'll mark down one for him right now. I really just should. But anywho, Chad, are we gonna pick both winners, or are we gonna pick one winner and rotate?
Around.
Well, okay, so pick one character you think's gonna win the PTC, and then we'll all pick one, and then we'll go for a second.
I'm gonna go Sophitia.
Ooh, nice pick.
Maxi.
Oh, fuck you, man. I'm going Taki then. Look at that.
You're going to take a second one now?
3 new characters, and no one has faith in the olds. It's all about the new guys.
People want to play the new ones.
Oh, of course. I know. Next one, Chad. Who do you think?
Yoshimitsu.
Ooh. Nice.
I don't think that there's going to be like a big Akuma at that one.
I got my next pick already, dude. It's super easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll say Kung Jin.
Cool. I'm going Sub-Zero because the Infinite.
I thought about it, but I honestly don't know if it's actually going to show up with it.
I already know one person who's going to do it because they traded me for my Sub-Zero on Rochester's character draft. So, yes, I know someone's going to play it. He's hedging his bets.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, out of the 40 people, Chad, you have going to Rochester PTC diversities. How many diversities happen?
I think you're probably going to get at least 6 diversities.
Ooh, okay. I mean, these are top 8 going into top 8. So
Not like these
not diversity
like,
battles.
Yeah.
But actual
like
diversities
the
that happen.
That, like pick the same character. It's actually like the people who
make top
get
8.
Diversified out of tops.
Yeah.
So you think that like it's gonna be 6? So like what? Out of top 8, it'll go down to like 14.
Oh wow. Okay. It could happen because if everyone picks the new characters, that could happen.
That's true.
That could happen, man.
Like what happened in like Atlanta the one year.
Yeah, with all the spikes were like 7 of top 8 were all spikes.
Yeah. Or Zoe.
Yeah, or the Zoe. Rob knows about the Zoe diversity. Wait, he didn't get diversified because Thomas beat him. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey man. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But anywho, how many diversities, Rob?
I broke the pact.
Yes, you did. You did.
I'll say 2.
Ooh, 2. Okay.
Yeah, I think that there will be some just with like the new characters.
I'm gonna actually go 3 on this one. I'm gonna go 3.
Right.
I'm gonna go a little high. So Barrett, well, I'll text him after the episode's done, but we need your picks, kid. So I'm gonna mark you down for 1 for attendance because that would be the correct answer. But yeah. So I'm gonna go over our picks right now. Chad, you have 40 attending, either Sophitia or Yoshimitsu winning with 6 diversities. Rob, you have 25 attending with Maxi and Kung Jin, 2 diversities. I have 32 people, Taki or Sub-Zero winning with 3 diversities. So, and we're waiting on Monsieur Barrett, national champ, circa last year. So, yeah. So we have those down. So now we're going to move into the card of the week because I've been trying to do that for like a half an hour now. We're going to talk about Conduit of the Living Essence. I don't remember the name
Isn't
of
it United Essence?
United Essence. Living United. I got to pull it up first because I actually forgot what the actual wording is. It's okay. I got it right here. Oh, no, I don't. That's a Void Stun deck. What am I looking at that for? Oh, there it is. Conduit of United Essence. It's going to be on the board over here, kids. It has an order enhance, are removed after one or more of your cards are committed or flipped due to your opponent's effect. Commit or flip one of your opponent's assets or foundations. It's playable while committed. Or E, remove. Cards cannot leave card pools due to your opponent's effects for the rest of this combat phase. It's a nice Guile card where he's like spread eagle in all of his banana hammockness.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this card up now is because we have a huge influx of assets coming in. And not a lot of asset hate. We have a lot of like some target pieces, like the homemade explosives. We have Radical Edward. We have the other Edenine card, Earth. It's off my. I can't think of it. You know what it is,
I think
Rob.
there's actually a lot on
All.
order, right?
There may be.
I mean, well, like homemade.
Yeah.
The Edward stuff. So okay.
Yeah. Fire and Earth have Spine Sweep. I don't know how much that's being played nowadays because it takes up an attack slot. So
yeah, I've seen it mostly in like sideboards.
In sideboards. But another part too is the bottom enhance. It stops Taki. It can really affect Maxi because he likes to the deck. I played against a Maxi deck this weekend that was a power flip Maxi that was insane. And it took forever for us to kill each other because we weren't drawing attacks, because that's just the way my games go for some reason. Rob will attest to that. But he likes to move stuff up and down as well. Same thing with if you have power flipping Cassie or whatever. But mostly it's like for Fade. It's really Cassie's saving grace against Taki in a way. Because Taki just owns the shit out of her. Because it's like, cool, man. You built all this crap, I block clear it. So you kind of have to change up your strategy a bit and not load your card pool up with foundations first. You kind of have to play an attack and then maybe do it and then play the attack. So you're kind of playing it a little inefficient, but you're trying not to get your card pool completely cleared out, so your attacks don't do nothing. So, and Fade, like Chad said, he was double fading people left and right. This protects you against Fade. Maybe not after the first fade, because you're going to get faded first. You have to get to an enhanced step to use it. So, but you're able to do that. Any thoughts on the cards, guys?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that, hold on. Give me 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Chad. Any thoughts on United?
So I think that even if you are trying to shut down Taki with it, she has a pretty robust amount of tools to make sure that her card pool is empty.
Yeah.
The fact that she, in theory, can use those against her opponent to at least some extent or another.
Yeah.
I think that maybe she's not immune to it. She's at least semi-protected.
Sure.
I don't know if Taki has any flip in her, but a foundation doing it is a little rough.
Yeah.
Being able to Raven, hold, or anything like that is a little bit easier to stop an attack in your discard pile.
Sure.
But
yeah, one thing about Taki too is she's not immune to hand cannon like some characters are. Taki can actually clear hand cannon. So this is actually, I know it shares life with hand cannon, but the all symbol and the order symbol kind of can use this, and the order piece of the ability, that even if the stuff is just committed or flipped, you get to do it. So even if they just flip something, you get to just target, flip, or commit something, which is great.
I think Death also gets a pretty big buff out of Soul Calibur, so those hunts for spiders and dragons are certainly going to be
Yep.
Oh man, that'd be fun. You pop this, and then they just have a hunt. And they just flip your entire board.
Oh, because it can't leave, but it's still.
They can still play it.
They can still play it. You just can't leave.
Their,
Oof, that doesn't sound fun at all.
+1 progressive, flip your board.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that E definitely is good for shutting down like Maxi type stuff, or because that'll stop his his foundations that build themselves as well.
Yeah.
Obviously the big thing is like at the E remove. So like, it's kind of use it and then it's gone. Yeah. So hopefully like you time it well.
Correct.
But I mean, honestly, with like a lot of these decks, like, you're just sort of looking for an extra turn sometimes, and this is definitely the type of thing that can get you like an extra turn. So
sure, yep.
Would that shut down Nightmare?
Yeah.
Yes, it would. Yep. And there's another character. Oh, Keelik too. It'll shut down Keelik too, because he returns it back to his hand too. Yeah. So it does have it does gain some value going into the next set. So that's it is only an uncommon, but it is it should show up in some lists. I would say going into Worlds if some people are doing testing, But I think it's just a good card in general. But yeah, exactly.
Testing.
Yeah, who cares? But I think it's a decent card in general that you may want to. It's definitely in my newer builds of Cassie, it's definitely going in as a couple main and a couple sided, and then it's getting bumped up for the talking matchup. I have to test to see how many needs to go in there, but just for for shits and giggles, I have to test for it because got to be prepared for teams for everything, no matter what. I don't know what I'm playing yet. I don't know, I know what I'm playing for singles. I just don't have an idea what I'm playing for teams because my teammates haven't told me yet. So, I'm waiting. Come on, guys. Let's get on the ball here. We got like less than a month. So, but yeah. Anywho, anybody got anything else? Oh, pre-release weekend. I know, Rob, you're going to be sad because you don't have pre-releases, and I'm sorry, Chad, you don't actually have. You don't have one near you either, right? Jeez, man, this sucks. Jasco, you guys got to change that. You got to be able to let anyone have a pre-release, dude, because that's not fair. But we have a couple pre-releases in Chicago and then in Rockford. We're going to be live streaming my box opening of my kit on Friday. So
just to really rub it in.
I don't mean to, but I've been asked to box open, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it to people what they want instead of the opposite of what they don't want. But yeah, so if you're close by, go your pre-release, support your local gaming store. That's one of the big things is just go there and support your local gaming store because we wouldn't be able to play these PTCs if people didn't have local gaming stores. So I
mean, depending on what you're doing, if you're near Omaha,
yeah,
you can go do the last chance qualifier for Turbo.
Yep.
And even if you basically like if you don't do well, then you can just do pre-release drafts all day. So.
Yep.
Although I guess I would assume the last chance thing is probably on Friday, right?
Yeah, last chance is Friday, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't make it, you do get to play in the pre-releases all day on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm pretty sure. I think from what I've read in the post that they're just going to pop off drafts whenever they have enough people to do it. So I know that there's a couple people who we're cheering for, namely just one. Let's go, Giggles! You got this. You got this car. It's been ordained by the gods themselves. It is yours. It's even in Rochester Orange, man. That's whoa. It's kind of just saying, here, take it home, boys. So, but yeah, I don't know. Should we pick winners for Turbo Worlds? I thought about doing that, but
honestly, like I know so little about Turbo.
Yeah, me too. I watched.
I played Turbo like once or twice.
Yeah,
and like I've never been to an event where there was like an official Turbo event.
Chad, have you played much for Turbo? Have you played much Turbo at all?
So my play group down here actually used to work with Lily, I think was her name.
Okay.
When they were doing the initial play testing for Turbo.
Sure.
Okay.
It was before my time, and I'm like, that sounds like a really awkward format.
It is.
I have not, and I think it sounds interesting, but it is the last 4 legal sets, right, or something
Correct.
like that?
Yeah.
Correct. Currently, it's Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter is what it is right now.
That could lead to some shenanigans, I imagine, with like being the most powerful sets in the environment.
Yeah. Currently, I watched our competitor, their show on Turbo Worlds, and they say that Goro and Jackie are the 2 best decks in the format. So, and there's no diversity in Turbo, so you basically play the best deck. And the issue is you can play the decks that counter those decks and probably still win because your deck's going to be strong enough to counter those decks, which should be able to beat every other deck in the format. So basically, you pick the counter of the best deck in the format, and you should win. Is the theory? Is what Jacob Johnson is what he said. And he's really good at Turbo because he's a luck sacker and he's not 21 yet, and he has a little kid luck, and that's what Turbo is, a little kid luck format. So. Good luck to everyone who's playing this weekend, and have fun and win a car because that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat.
I gotta think Akuma would still be destructive in
I mean,
think
the
so
issue
too.
for Akuma is like you don't have admission fees. You don't have any of the like gyroman attacks. So I mean, you can still run like the bad check stuff, the like Samba or sadistic ways and stuff like that. But he definitely can't just cram his card pool like full of stuff with admission fees as easily, which. Like I would think at least like puts a bit of a ceiling on him. I mean, obviously you still get fade, you still get like, I mean, you don't get revoke either. That's sort of a crazy thing.
That's
right?
weird
Like
if you think about it, right?
that, like, doesn't have revoke or out of your league or anything. So I think that's one of the things too is like you sort of just get to do your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there aren't nearly as many sort of like ways that you can be canceled
that's
other than
weird.
like bang or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like bang. Like, does bang become the most powerful action in that format?
I mean, it's probably up there.
Yin and yang, maybe, but.
Oh yeah, because you could like actually, if you think about it, maybe I wouldn't say Liu Kang's actually playable, but like a variant, like you maybe using Takeda would actually, if he could survive. But it's just that Goro and Jackie interaction, man. It's just that's just scary. Being able to get Mayfa's assault and then Shokan grab to death and missile launcher to death every turn.
Like Jackie, I mean, I guess you're probably not doing. I guess you're just doing like a water build. Well, because the thing is on air, I guess you can run whatever, but you don't have the Raptor Foundation, whatever it's called.
Soul Beads?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Thrill. You're talking about Thrill of Power, or Thrill of Battle, or
Thirst for Power.
Thirst for Power,
right?
The one that gives gives it powerful damage or whatever. Yeah. So you're probably are you running the water build with Getaway Fire? Then is that basically what it is?
I mean, maybe I sort of agree that you probably want to go on like Era Life just to have those just to have Urban Shower.
Sure. I know, just for that chance.
When I played against the water build in Atlanta, I mean, I lost to but I gotta say, like, the fact that I didn't have to worry at all about like a giant reversal was definitely like, I was sort of like a big weight off of. Like basically just like offensively, you're just like, okay, like I'll just jam whatever, and like, I might get blocked, like I might get some other stuff, but like I'm definitely not going to take like 40 damage for free.
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
So
true. You just get it. You just get it to your face instead of on your turn. You just get it on the on turn instead of the off turn. Yeah. Okay.
Because I mean, that's the thing is like the fact that you even have to consider where it's like, well, like what happens if like. I'm just eating like an Urban Shower that's if they have like 1 or 2 momentum and all of a sudden like so you're putting like plus like 12 or plus 18 on like an Urban Shower, like that's terrifying.
Yes, it is.
So
I did that with Taki. That was fun with Fatal Violet giving like 18 damage to an attack on the reversal. Was pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play. I don't think I'd play Water Jackie just because of that. I think you want that red.
Yeah, so. I agree. And then you still get Hand Cannon, which I don't know how big of an issue. I don't know. Like, is Spike 2 viable in that format? I don't know. He still can do 40 damage if he gets the right cards. So
I mean, you don't get any of the stuff for hiding, and I don't know how important that stuff was. Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of like tech attacks, just his own support. But
All right, cool, neat. Good luck this weekend, everyone. Yeah, seriously, like have fun winning a car. That's kind of nuts that you can win a car. I don't know. That's just kind of crazy. Playing cards. Whew. But anyway, all right. So I think that's the end of the episode, I believe. And unless anyone has anything else they want to say, nothing else.
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead, Chad.
Shout out to the SoCal players. Like, I know we don't necessarily make a lot of big waves, but I think we're doing better.
You did. You made one big one winning an event, and you got like you got second at teams at Worlds, and now you got this one leading into like World season. That's pretty big, man. I think so. And then you had Yari winning. It's like you guys got I know you guys are like North and South. SoCal, NorCal, but you guys are like one giant, in my eyes, like you're just one giant play group that's spread out. So that's pretty good. You guys are like making waves already. And, not many people can say the same states won 2 events. I know you guys are split up by distance, but, it's kind of nice, like being able to defend your turf, Us in Illinois can't do that because we have Jeremy Ray coming in and sniping us and beating us down like little kids we are. So yeah, damn you, Jeremy Ray, damn you. But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links down below for Patreon and all that fun stuff. Don't forget, Monday is the Soul Calibur 6 drawing, so we are recording. If I could get up the live feed, I'm going to try to do something live that we can just do it on stream. And so be sure to fill out all that stuff. The link will be in the description box below. Jasco has put it in the mail. I should get it by the weekend.
You don't even know what it is, right?
No, I don't. All I know is that it was at the Joliseum is what the email said. He's like, Luke, it's at the Joliseum. Grab that foil card and mail it. Which makes me kind of think that it may be the Snap because he posted that on Facebook. So it may be the Snap. I don't know. But then again, we'll do a redraw, and then I will give up one of my ultra rares out of my kit, and that will go to the second person. So we're giving away 2 ultra rares in the Guile treatment because we love you guys. And we want the views, and we want those clicks, and we want all that stuff because I want to do this for a living, man, because it's so much fun. Yeah. Oh, also news. I'm also finally I got a actual working laptop, so we're gonna be getting cameras, and we're gonna get hand cams for our videos, and we're gonna try to emulate that Rochester CCG stuff because that is some high quality streaming there because they got those hand cams, and I'm jealous.
Or the Saltier.
The Saltier guys too. Yeah. I will never have a room as cool as that though. His room's awesome. JD's room is awesome. So
the soundproof booth.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. I haven't gotten to that level yet. We're gonna start small, then work our way up. So I have a goal, and that's good. So that's it. So everyone have a good night. We'll talk to you later, and we'll see you next time on the Guile treatment.